carefully yesterday. While creating the Azure block storage, there is one point which I skipped. I told you this I will be teaching separately. Do you recall that point?
Data lake.
Yes. So today we will see that. So before seeing that, once again I will create one block storage. Okay. So how to create? Same step. Okay. Follow one method only. Create a resource. Now what we need to give? Storage account. Okay. I'm selecting the storage account. I'm going with the storage account. Then I'm trying to click create. Okay, so by default your subscription will come here. Select the subscription and resource group you need to give. If you have not deleted, automatically it will come here, but I will delete everything, so it is not there, so I'm creating it again. So let's give some resource group name. Okay, this is web. Okay, try to give some unique name. Already if you have created, once again if you are trying to give that also, it will not take, it will throw some error. So I'm trying to give this. I'll click on OK. Okay, I have given some resource group name. Next, storage account I am creating, so it is asking for storage account name also, so I'm trying to give one storage account name. So this account I'll give with block storage. Okay, some name I am giving. So whatever we are creating is a block storage. Same thing which we have created. Now I'm just trying to give the name. Same name I'm trying to give. Region by default it is taking East US. That is also fine. So I want to minimize the cost. So I'm going with standard, not premium. So here also by default this geo redundant storage is selected. So let it be. Next step, I'll go to advanced. Same steps only. Yesterday what we created, same block storage I'm trying to create. So security part, we are not going to touch that. This also I'm not going to touch. Okay, data lake storage, I'll again create this one. So it's block storage. Nothing I'm checking here. So access tier, you know, difference between hot and cool. So I'll go with cool, right? Infrequently accessed. So next I'll go with the next step, that is networking. Okay, here you have enable public access from all networks. So let it be the same thing. This is about the traffic. Network routing is about the traffic. So recommended one is Microsoft network instead of going with internet. So let it be. By default it is selected. Then I'll go with the data protection. Okay, so here deletion you can change minimum 7 days. If you don't want, you can also change it to how many days you want, right? That retention period, how long you want it to restore. So that also tracking versions and all I don't need, so I'm leaving access control also not required as of now. So next will be encryption. This is again the security part. So by default it is showing Microsoft managed keys, and this also I'm not going to change anything. Next, coming to tags. In real time we will be using this for pricing purpose, so this is also not required. Next is review, right? So it is validating, running final validation, it's validating everything. And then it will enable me the create option. Okay, now it has enabled the create option, so I'll try to create this. So what I'm trying to do now,
Creating block storage.
same steps, right, which yesterday we have created. Be on mute. So deployment is in progress. This is the deployment is in progress. It is accepted. Okay, it's done now, right? We can go to the resource. So this is my storage account. So everything is created, right? This is created. Now I will try to create one more account. This time I am trying to create blob. Okay. See here, this is the blob storage I have created. Okay, just in properties, note down this. Hierarchical namespace is disabled. By default it was there, right? Nothing I have checked. So just to remember this point, blob storage, under the properties you are seeing hierarchical namespace is disabled. Now I'll try to create one more account. Okay, this is the blob storage. I'll try to create one more storage account. How to create? Storage account I'll try to create. Just observe what is the difference I am creating. Okay. Now tell me, should I create one more new resource group or I can use the same group?
Same group.
Same group
Same
also
group
works
and
fine,
one. Yeah.
right? It works fine. Now all we are belongs to same project. Everything, whatever the resources I am creating, it's part of the same project only, right? So I can use the same resource group. Now I'll give one more storage account. What did I give for that? ADLS storage. Okay, one more name I am giving. This time I am trying to create Azure Data Lake storage account. Okay, so I am trying to give the name, storage account name. This everything will remain same. Just observe from here what changes I am trying to do. Everything will remain same. Region you already know, performance also you know, redundancy you know. Next I am going to advanced option. So here security part anyway we will not be touching. Version also latest we will be seeing. Now see what I am trying to do. Now I am trying to enable this one. Data lake storage Gen 2. So what is Gen 2, Gen 1? I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you. Here I have kept that content. I'll tell you that. Okay. So data lake storage Gen 2. Gen 2 is there. I'm just selecting this option. If I'm not selecting this, see what is happening. If I'm selecting this, see what is happening. Right? I'm selecting. Just to enable hierarchical namespace. Other than this, nothing I'm doing. Just to come here. Okay, access tier also I'm trying to change. From hot to cool. Just for pricing purpose, that's it. Right? Only this is the part which I'm enabling. Data lake storage Gen 2. Enable hierarchical namespace. This I have enabled. Next. Networking, same network connectivity, enable public access from all the networks, and network routing also related to traffic. I'll be going with Azure networking. Next will be our data protection. So here also if you want to go with the same thing you can go, or you can change the numbers. Okay, and tracking access control, this is for version control. If you want to keep and manage all the versions you need to go with the tracking. So this all is not required. Access control is also not required. Next I'm going with encryption. Right, in encryption type also by default Microsoft managed keys only I'm taking, and then I'm going with the tags. So here also no change I'm doing, right? This is for pricing purpose. Next we are going for review. Okay, here enable hierarchical namespace, it is enabled. Okay, so these are the names which I have given, the options which I have checked. So finally it is asking me to create, so I'll go and create this. Okay, deployment is in progress. Deployment is in progress. Now it will show the status. For the storage account it's accepted. Okay, the deployment is done. Your deployment is completed. Now go to resource. Okay, now can you see what is this? What is this storage account? What is this storage account?
Azure Data Lake storage.
ADLS storage. Okay, this is the name which I have given. This is Azure Data Lake Storage. So if you see here the properties, right? Can you see here hierarchical namespace?
Yes, it is
It is
enabled.
enabled. Data lake storage hierarchical namespace is enabled. Okay. Now let me go to this storage. Let me go to home. Okay. Now these two storages are created. Two storage accounts are created. So what I will do, the name without space I gave, right? So you are confused. See, it's like Uma KSR February FEB I have given, ADLS storage. This is what I have given. Now two storage accounts are created, right? So if you want to see both at a time along with the containers, both at a time you want to see in the folder structure along with the containers, I'll try to open this in Explorer. Okay. Here at a time you are not able to see this, right? I mean as a folder, if you want to create folder under this, again each one you need to go here individually and you need to create. So for that I will try to show the same thing in Explorer. Okay, Azure Explorer. So I'll click on this open Explorer. You can download this Explorer. If you do not have it, you people should click on this for the first time. Okay, just click on this, you will be able to download this Azure Explorer. So I will go and select this Azure Storage Explorer. Okay, it is asking me. Okay, let me open this. It should ask for some authentication. Okay, it has already created. Sign in with Azure. Which Azure environment will you use to? Okay, by default Azure is selected. I do want the same thing, so I'll go with next. Okay, it is asking me to choose my account, so I'm choosing this account. So what it is telling, you can return to Storage Explorer. You might need to authenticate again if you close this tab. Okay, so I will not be closing. It is telling me don't close this tab. If you close it again, you have to do the authentication. So I'll keep this tab open only. So now I'll click on Open Explorer. Okay, still this is showing. Okay, fine. Now what I'll do, I'll refresh here. So whatever I have created here, right? Whatever I have created, what are the two storage accounts I have created? One is data lake storage, one is blob storage. Two storage accounts I have created. The same thing you are also seeing here, isn't it? This is my subscription. Under my subscription, two storage accounts I am having. One is ADLS and other one is blob storage, right? Both I have created. Now what is the next step? So in blob also I'll try to create the containers, right? Under the containers I need to create the containers and place the files. So how to create? Okay, create container. This why you are getting. Okay, let me create here. Let me create one. Okay, so I am able to create. Under this, I am able to create container directly. But in the Azure portal, how you were able to create? You need to go here. You need to go here. How you were able to create the containers? Like this, right? You are going and creating the containers like this. Give the name,
Yes, ma'am.
then you are able to give the access level, create, then the container will be created. Inside that you will go and upload the files. Okay, so here you are seeing something like a folder structure, right? Both the storage accounts you are able to see at a time, and here also container I have created easily. Just right click here, I have created. Now after creating this container, I need to upload my files, isn't it? So I'll go here, I'll upload the files. So select this, I'll go to here, I'll go to, yeah, same place only. Yesterday also we have saved, right? So I'll go and give some file here. Okay, I'll click on open. Okay, I have loaded one file and then I'm giving this upload. So here you are seeing the progress. Here you are seeing the progress. Okay, transfer is successful. Now the data, the file has been loaded. Okay, cool tire, access tire is cool. Cool means infrequently accessed one. So lost, modified, blob type, all this it is showing. Okay. Same thing, I have created one container. Now I have loaded the file. The same way I will do for data lake storage also. This is my data lake storage. Now here also I'll try to create the container. This is my data lake storage. Inside that you will see same blob containers. Don't get confused. Okay. The only difference you had was you have enabled that hierarchy namespace. We will see the difference. Okay. I'll show you the difference. Now blob container. From here I'll try to create one container. So here I will give, here also data sets only I gave, right? So here I'll give Power BI data sets. Okay, here one more container I created. If you are not able to see the name, click on refresh. Okay, you will be able to see. So I am selecting this container and now again I will try to upload the files. So I'll go here. Here I'll take this. This is ADLS, right? Okay, let me take this Superstore. I'll click on open. Okay, I'll click on upload. Okay, now if you can refresh here, you will see. See, this is also loaded. Whatever the file it is loaded, here you are seeing that activities, whether it has so loaded successfully or not, everything you can see here. Okay, now see this hierarchy. Here you are seeing this is my subscription. Here my storage account. Inside the storage account, I have two different storages. One is data lake storage, another one is blob storage. Okay, so within the storage again I am having the container. Inside the container, Power BI data sets. So inside this container I am having this file. Inside this I am having this file. Okay, so same thing here also I am having blob storage. Inside this again I am having the container. Inside this again I am having the container. Under this again I am having the data sets. Okay, car data set I am having. Please be on mute. Okay. So the same two different accounts containers files I have loaded. The same thing you can also see here in here also you will be seeing, right? Both are same only. Just I have, instead of using directly in the Azure portal, I have opened that Explorer. Okay, Azure Explorer. Now if you come here, here also you are seeing both the storage account, right? Let's go for blob storage. Let's go for blob storage. So here what is the container you are having? Data sets. Inside that you are having the file. Yes or no? The same thing. Now again you are going to, what is this? Okay, this one. ADLS, Azure Data Lake Storage account. This is the ADLS storage account. Here also you are going to the containers. Here also you are going to the container, and in this container also you have the data set. right? Now, what is the difference between these two? What is the difference you have noticed? What
It
is the
can be created two containers separately in the blob storage and ADL storage. I think.
no, the same procedure only I followed, right? See, this one I opened this. Why? Because both you can see at a time, right? Storage
Yes,
account. Just if
ma'am.
you can expand here, you are able to
Yes.
see ADLS means Azure Data Lake Storage, and you are able to see blob storage. Both you are able to see containers also you are able to see, and inside the containers file also you are able to see. That is why I opened this
Hierarchy.
Azure storage.
Hierarchical namespace disabled and enabled.
Okay, the only difference will be there between these two storage accounts. Okay, internally what is happening I'll show you. I will explain that in the presentation, but what you have noticed that I wanted to know. I clearly told you to notice, right? What is something you have noticed? Same procedure only, right? Both I created. I can tell yesterday already we created storage account. Today I will directly go with the blob storage already we created yesterday. Today directly we can jump to Azure Data Lake storage, but both I have created and I have shown it to you. Tell me what is the difference which you have noticed.
Hierarchical namespace
Space is
disable
enabled.
and block services.
For blob storage, whether it was okay, it is it. Now we will see Microsoft Azure Storage Explorer. This Explorer, why? Because the same thing, whatever both here, if you are creating also, you will be able to see in the portal. In portal, if you create also, if you refresh here, you will be able to see here. Here, everything I can show you at once, right? Both the storage. That is why I'm using this. Okay, I'm showing here. It's easy here, right? To see both. Okay, you can also see the properties. Now, this is the Azure Data Lake storage, right? I will just move this little up and I will try to expand this. What is this HNS enabled? What is this HNS enabled? True, you are seeing for ADLS. ADLS. For blob, what you are seeing?
Hierarchical namespace.
That's
Hierarchical
what.
namespace enabled
Whatever
is
you have
false.
noticed, yes. Whatever you
A
have
blob is
noticed.
false.
Okay, whatever you have noticed is a good observation. That is the only difference. Okay, now we will namespace. Only providing this. I have
No, madam.
hierarchical namespace enabled will be true for Azure Data Lake Store. It works as a same only. Only other than this option while creating the account, rest everything creating the containers, loading the files, all the file types, everything will remain same. But now let's see the difference between both data lake storage and blob storage. Okay, see, Gen 1, Gen 2 is nothing but Gen 2 is an advanced version of Gen 1. So, first I will show my few important points and then we will come to Microsoft documentation. This is the official documentation of Microsoft where clearly they have given, but they have given more number of things which you will not be able to understand. Multiple transparency encryption, what all these differences, this everything they have given. So I have put only few important things which you should know the difference between blob storage and data lake storage, that I'll show it to you. Okay, the board pen is main internally whatever the files you are trying to store it, right? How it is stored. Blob means binary large objects. Okay, so flat namespace object store, just in the form of this is internal internally how it is storing. Okay, the physical structure, whatever the files, different types of files you are storing, the internal storage storing like an object, everything you are storing. The flat is, you know, account object stores storage, which is anything you can dump. When I say dump anything, faster for this is will be generated. Okay, See the difference. Okay, now whatever we have created, what was that? What is that? Whatever we have created? ADLS means Azure Data Lake Storage. What we created? See here, I am hovering my
Gen
mouse to
2.
read.
Gen 2.
Gen 2.
Gen 2 ADLS.
Gen 2. Generation 2 we have created. Here they are showing about Gen 1. Okay, Gen 1 is nothing but similar older version of Gen 2. Okay, Gen 2 is the latest, generation 1. Here you read this one. Can you read this?
On Feb 29, 2024,
The one is retired,
retired,
migrating to the new version.
On Feb 29, 2024, we are in 2023. 2024, Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 1 will be retired. Okay, we have long time for retirement, right? See this one. ADLS Gen 1 will be retired, it seems. Will get retired in one more year, exactly, right? Exactly one more year. For more information, see the official announcement. We don't want. If you use Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 1, make sure to migrate all the things to Gen 2 prior to the date. Okay. Maybe long back, like 2 years back, 3 years back, 4 years back, already if they have created Gen 1, long back only they would have created, because this retirement they are announcing from long time. So in the sooner 1 or 2 years, no one would have created this Gen 1. Okay, recent years, maybe 2 years I'm talking about, 2 to 3 years, nobody would have created this Gen 1. Long back, yes, they have created Gen 1 only when the Gen 2 was not there. So if you are still using Gen 1, migrate to Gen 2, it is telling. Okay, how to migrate also it is giving some steps. Okay, now read this one. Unless you already have an Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 1 account, you cannot create new ones. Right? By default, when I'm trying to create, did it show any option for me Gen 1, Gen 2? Did
No.
it show any option? No, by default, it has created Gen 2. That is what it is telling. Already you have, if you have, you will be able to. If not, you cannot create new ones. That is what it is telling. Now let's see the difference. Okay, Gen 1 or Gen 2, both are same only. Just an updated version. That's it, right? New versions, why they will release? By enhancing some features, right? Some capabilities, some features they will enhance and they will release. So that is what streaming and store with I have in real time to give the path it will work or not. It will not work just, and that's why I have shown here. Without yesterday, what you did, you went to Azure, you went to blob storage, you went to blob storage to get the data from data lake storage. Same process now where we are into, which storage we are into now. This is my same thing, whatever you do here, either you do here